Okay, everyone. Welcome back to another video on the tutorial. I haven't touched this since yesterday. So, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make Fizzlers Antlines. But I want to do one thing before we get started and fix these reddish walls. So, I'm going to do some retexturing and a little bit of just brushwork, which is what these are called. This block tool. And I'm going to use a time lapse to show you how I do that. So, let's get going. So as you can see, I've left a divot in the wall for an observation room. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to spawn one in. You're going to take your entity tool, you're going to double click, you're going to type in bunk instance, you're going to go here, tap on this, browse, and then you're going to go to instances, and you're going to go to gameplay, I believe. No. You're going to go to labs. And you're going to choose 256 by 128. And now make sure it has this little light thing in it, because you need that. So now you're going to rotate it and fit it into the wall, and you should have a place for it. Now if you don't want one, you don't need one, it's perfectly fine. Now, the glass might be cracked on this one, I have no idea, but I'm going to reshape it so there's not any bleeds. There we go, everything looks nice now, and I should be ready to continue. Now I'm going to put a trigger in this room to close the door after you've entered, so insert the trigger, drag in this big box, great object, big trigger. So with triggers, you're going to have to go to two entities. You're going to delete this, turn it into a trigger once for this little thing we're doing. You're going to go to outputs, add, go on, start touch, whatever your door is called. This should be really the only one. And then you're going to select close for when we enter this room. I might get to putting lights in here, but no way to say for sure. So I'm going to get back to the rest of it, and we'll be done in a second. If you want to make your room like mine, you just search up. So if you want to get some white tiled walls, you can search up white. It'll link here. If you want to get some corresponding black, get some here, portable, and that's pretty much it for this section. So I did a little bit of texture work, and now we can get started on the rest of our little ideas. So I'm going to start with the Antlines signage stuff. So we have our button, and we need to select this tool, go up here to search up indicator. So you're going to select this one, because we're doing it on the floor. I'm going to put it on the ground and move it around so it's on the button. So now we're going to copy and paste it, rotate it, make sure we have this little corner here. We're going to do something with that in a minute. Keep going. And then we're just going to copy and paste this small one. And move it up. And now we have this. So now we're going to go back to our tool again and select this one. Place it here. picture kind of lines up with the rest of them. And then we're going to copy these into this corner too. So if you did it right, it should look something like this. We're going to select them all, and hopefully be able to name them. So I'm going to do this Antline 1. So you're going to have different names for all your Antlines and all your different things, because if you have multiple items with the same name, they're all going to get affected by whatever one is. If that makes sense to you. So now we're going to have to list down another entity, go double click, and then search up texture. We're going to select texture toggle. So it should look like this. We're going to name it. Like, just name it something. I'm going to name it texture toggle 1. Or antline toggle. Then you're going to go here and select your antline you want it to correspond to. You're going to go into your button, and you're going to add something. So on press, texture toggle 1, and then you're going to set it to set texture index, and you're going to do it 1. Then you're going to copy and paste it on unpressed, and then set this to 0. Now, if I personally did that right, it should work when we launch the game. So obviously, when we load into Portal 2, it's going to immediately start loading into our map. So we're just going to give it a second to do all that. And look at that, we're in. So we got our observation room, giving us some light. Might want to put some props in there. So then we got our antline, your cube, put it on the button, and the antline works, and it opens our door. Now we go over here, door closes, and finish the test chamber. So I'll make it so it's compatible. I'll show you guys how to make it compatible with Workshop, which is way easier than you might think it will. So next we're gonna go on to Fizzlers. So bye bye Portal 2. See you later, GLaDOS. So now that we're back in here, we're gonna put let's say, for my demonstration, I'm gonna get rid of that, taking up some space. I'm gonna put it at the door. Actually, no. Wait, just give me a second. I'm gonna think about this. Okay, as you can see, I've changed up these two walls because that's where we're gonna put our Fizzler. Now I'm going to move the button out of the way real quick and increase the antline distance. So actually we can't. We're going to have to make a new antline because we're going onto a different brush. But all you have to do is double click on it if you are doing the same thing as me. And select brush faces, first pick, click on the brush you want to, and then apply. It'll show up on this brush. So now we're going to put our Fizzler between here and here. We're going to put the cube on this side, and we're going to get started. So I'm going to scale down these two objects. I'm going to duplicate them to go to the other side. Scale them down again. Actually, do the same with the other side. Now we got this glorious hole. Wow, okay. We got this nice area to put our good little Fizzler. So we gotta put some little backing here. So so the gamer doesn't freak out, or any game really doesn't freak out. Empty space, absolutely boring. Void in game space, all that crap. Okay, now we're gonna place down an entity. I'm gonna make it dynamic because we're gonna have this thing turn on and off, so we can view to the other side. And then we're gonna search up Fizzler in here. Yours is not gonna look like mine, but it doesn't really matter. Select Fizzler dynamic, spawn it in, and drag it up. Copy and paste it up here. You're gonna also name it something good like Fizzler model. Drag it to the other side. And now we got two little Fizzlers crossing the space. Now I'm gonna be right back because I gotta get food. Okay, now that I'm back, we can get started. So, we're gonna select your block tool, and type in no draw. I'm gonna use this one. Now you're gonna drag your no draw. You wanna slice up your scene a little bit with the button on screen. Drag it across here. Back. Might want to line it up with this little thing. Now I'd like go here, or actually down here, and I guess up there's pretty good too. So then we're gonna create our brush, select it. Type in Fizzler, select this one, put it in, and press fit. And then you're going to copy and paste that to the other side too. And then we're going to just drag it down to the bottom. Now we're going to select it. Actually, we're going to make it, there's two entity over here. We're going to turn it into a trigger _ portal cleanser. We're going to make sure it is visible because that is a mistake that I made a long time ago. Well, not that long ago, actually. I figured this out. And then you're going to go to flags and check the physics on it. You're going to go back and name it something. I'm just going to call it Fizzler. Now we're going to go out of here. We're going to duplicate our button, or at least this test I'm making. I'm going to do some Antlines after this, but delete everything in here basically. Press add, on pressed, Fizzler mod, set animation to close. If I'm not mistaken. If you ever need to check the animations on the model, just go to model, select the animation, and it'll play. Open it as well. So now that I know I got it right, I go back here, and I'm going to copy and paste it on unpressed, zip, and open. We're going to add another one on pressed. We're also going to go select, now name it. Oh, I put it in the wrong area. Yeah, you gotta make sure its name is or something. So back to our button and select right here. Select Fizzler and enable. Actually, no, disable. Turning it off. Go back, unpress, and enable. So now, if we run our game, it should work as we want it to. So we're gonna run, so you don't compile. Then I gotta go back to Portal 2 and tutorial, map, and go in. So you got our tutorial here. didn't work. As you can see, our Fizzler works. And the animations are playing well. And this button, door, and we can also use our portal. Go to the other side, door closes. So I'm going to drag this part of the chamber back a little bit. So now we should have a little bit more to work with. Drag this over too. Drag this over too. But actually, I'm gonna need to do one more thing, which is drag this back a little bit. Pull it over here. And trying to figure this out because I did a little bit of scaling wrong, but I don't think it'll matter. Put a tile here. And then I'm going to move this button over here too. Now I'm obviously going to also have to fix all the Antlines, so... So now that our button is over here, we got a good test to solve. But as I promised, I'm going to show you guys how to put an Antline up here. It's pretty simple. Basically the same process. So we're going to select this, go type in indicator, click the floor, actually not this one, we want this one here. Drag it back a little bit, and up. Drag it over. And then we're gonna have to use a different one for some reason. I don't know how this stuff works, but you just have to. I think. Just rotate this one too. Now, for this one, I'm gonna try in this. I don't know if this will work. It might not. I haven't done this before. I'm gonna hope it does. So now we're gonna also need our corner again. So just select this. Here. Then we're gonna just name it all. Same thing. Antline 2. We're also going to need another texture toggle. Name it texture toggle 2. Brushes, Antline. Go into our button, repeat the steps, on pressed. Texture toggle 2, texture index, copy paste, unpressed, 0. So with that, we should have a better test. We're going to run the map, and we're going to no, yes, that. Uh-oh, we have a leak. Our leak. So if you have a leak, load point file, it'll show you where the leak is. Oh, by golly, I forgot to scale the floor. Silly me. Oh, run map again. I have another leak. Oh no. My other leak shows me here. I'll just scale this up a little bit. Make sure to go on to the other side and go on to the other side. Go back. Run up again. Hopefully not another leak. No more leaks. Back to Portal 2. I'm just going to press the up arrow to get the fast command I just used previously. So, push the button. That doesn't work. But, that's fine. So, this is here. Portal. The other side. I'll go down on this button. And, hey, look at that! We win! Okay. So, in the next video, I'm going to show you some more stuff, like how to make flags. Flash is easier. Wire lock. But, it was pretty good. Got a lot of done. There's a flash here. Had this button. And hide the button. And make it so you have to use the cube on the button. And you can't just stand on it. Which makes the test a little bit harder. But still pretty much the same thing. Alright, see you later in the next one. Bye, guys.